So let's welcome in your good friend, T.J. Duckett. Really enjoyed watching him play at Michigan State. Was super proud that he played as long as he did in the NFL, 7 years for Atlanta and Detroit and Seattle. And I know he's a proud Spartan, and he welcomes us on the day before Michigan State. T.J. Duckett is here with us on the Braylon Edwards Show. T.J., thanks for the time. How are you today?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me. How y'all doing?
You look good,
What's up,
man.
baby?
What up, though, man? Good to
really
see you,
good.
man.
Yeah.
Good to see you, Moses.
So this is what we have. We have the tight beard in Braylon, and we have the very full beard in T.J. Duckett.
You know
How long
it-
have you grown that out?
You know what it was, not to cut him off, is mine was big when I saw last couple years I've had the big beard.
Mm-hmm.
But every time I see TJ, a.k.a. Todd, only certain people can call him that. Okay. I looked at his, I was like, yeah, I got nothing coming, man. I think I need to save my doubt and then retire to the man right here.
That's interesting. Yeah, not many people can call you Todd Jeffrey. Who can? Who gets away with that? I would guess mom and sisters or
Tico.
anybody really close. Yeah.
I would say, people close to me get away with the whole name.
Okay.
This part of my life where I'm at now, Todd.
Full government.
You don't know me. That's how I'm introduced myself. And
You do. You introduce yourself as Todd.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
Todd Jeffrey.
Back in 2011, man, when I was depressed, down and out, trying to figure out what my life was about, I started over. I started going by Todd. Todd had no wins, no losses. Todd didn't have anything done, and that's where I started building who I am now. I started building that platform from there, building my new identity, because the football, TJ, all these things, they didn't serve me anymore, and I couldn't get stuck there.
I love that.
Deep. Before we dive into the football,
that is deep.
It's definitely deep. This is why I love my brother. That's why I was short for him always. Before we dive into the football field and regaling with tales in this game tomorrow, talk about the Ronald McDonald House, the Battle of the Houses. Talk about kind of how you got into it a little bit, and just talk about like what it means to you.
Yeah, Battle for the Houses. This is our year 3. Back in 2022, our son was born with his heart was underdeveloped, and before that, we were volunteering at the Ronald McDonald House. We were making dinners, helping clean there. And then when my son was born this way, my family, we ended up being patients at the Ronald McDonald House. We had to actually check in. My wife was spending time there while I would be back in Lansing taking care of our kids. And she could be right next to the bed, right next to our child while he was having his heart surgeries, and still get that comfort, still get that love. So having volunteered here in the one in mid-Michigan and had gotten services with the one in Ann Arbor, wondering how can we help and how can we give back? I'm a man of giving and a man of service, and being able to help both these two houses. I mean, when we first had to realize we had to go there, I mean, I know they gonna help us and save us, but it's in Ann Arbor. You know, I mean, it's not. I don't just go there leisurely to hang out.
Behind enemy lines.
Yeah. But being there and the way that the doctors saved our child, the way that the house took care of our family, and figuring out how could we give back, and just it naturally kind of came in. Driving one day, my wife and I, how can we create a way to help bring them funds and exposure? And I mean, we wrapped it around this rivalry, and being able to have the House of Mid-Michigan versus the House of Ann Arbor. Whoever wins, whoever has the most volunteer hours or donations, by the time the clock hits 0-0 in that game on Saturday, gets the small traveling Paul Bunyan trophy. And Braylon, so thankfully, has been we had this thing called a press conference where legends from both schools get to come in, and wherever the home game is, it's usually on site in that city. And Braylon's been at all 3 of them every single year. He's always given his time. He's always given amazing energy. And, you know, we got a rivalry. There is a rivalry now.
It is.
It's a real thing. But it's so amazing to be able to share this. And Mike Martin he's captain of Team Blue.
Big
so
Mike.
when this was all getting started, I reached out to Mike Martin and asked, would he be willing to get involved? And, I mean, he jumped right in. And so he represents Team Blue. He's gotten Braylon involved since. Braylon has never left, and he's always been a huge supporter. So, you know, I appreciate you for always being involved, and for all your help, and just thank you.
That's really emotional, man. I mean, I can feel that with you, and I always feel it with Braylon. Kudos to you guys. Thanks for being leaders. Thanks for being true role models.
Yeah.
I like to ask this question of athletes who grow up and are, whether you like it or not, you're role models for kids who loved watching you play. How has being a dad and then being involved in this Ronald McDonald House for you changed your life in general and maybe your outlook? Yeah.
I mean, that's the that's how I got into this so much, is because I was a dad and my son was born a certain way, and our family had to figure some things out. I mean, you go. My wife went to get just a normal ultrasound. We already have 4 kids, so this is our 5th one. So she's just going to get a normal ultrasound, and they find something, and then they tell her, they ask her, does she want to keep it? And it's like, that's not what you expect to hear.
Right.
And then to have to have to go a different process for him to enter the earth, along with the things that he's gone through to be here. I mean, he's 3 years old and he's already had 3 heart surgeries.
Man.
And to know that today another family has gotten that same news, and they're going to have to go through this. And tomorrow they're going to get that same news, another family. But that's why Ronald McDonald House Charities is so important, because when families like ours gets this devastating news, they're able to provide love. They're able to provide support. When you can't even really take care of yourself, they're able to show love to you while the doctors can go and help save your child. And you can be right there. And if you need, 5 minutes to just cry, or 5 minutes to just, brush your teeth, there's a place for you to do that there. So this being I love giving back. I love serving the community. That's who I am. That's who our family is. That's what it means for me. But to do that, knowing my family has been directly involved, has benefited from their services, and now we can help other families who don't even know they're going to need to go there, help them get the same equally or greater service. That's what it's all about for me. And, the lines of father and athlete and whatever else people see or think they are, or what I think it is, it all blurs when we all need some help, when we all need to have that love, when we all have to come together. All that blurs. Yeah. So it's about being a human being. It's about being a person that cares for that person next to you, no matter what color you are, blue, green. We all bleed red. We all know what love is, and we all want to be here as long as possible.
Yeah, that's powerful stuff.
100%. Cast your burdens on the Lord and move away.
Beautiful.
You cast your burdens to the Lord and you move away. He will take care of all. I appreciate that, man. You know my brother. Yeah. I know how you get about that. I wanted to give you the opportunity to just talk about that for a second. So what we'll do is we'll shift. We'll stop talking to Todd and we'll start talking to TJ.
Let's go.
We'll start talking to TJ. We're gonna start talking to TJ Duckett. TJ, talk about what this rivalry means to you. I mean, you see what the back wall is. We did this. You go ahead and flip. Go ahead and take a gander at what that is. You see what it is. You see what you did. Sir. You see what you mean to this game. Talk about what this rivalry means to you and how you were born in. Just like me, you were born into this rivalry.
Yeah, I mean this rivalry. I might get emotional on this one too.
Hey, let's go.
But this rivalry, it's everything. I mean, this rivalry is history. It's history. It's not hype. It's not fake. This is deep down in the DNA of both our universities. And to be able to have a chance for when we were playing, like for me growing up, my brother Tico played, so I got to see the rivalry as like, I want to do that. Like my brother did that, I want to do that too. But then also like seeing your neighbors, your family, your friends, how important that rivalry is. And then to fast forward and actually get to play in that rivalry and contribute and have an impact and have a play that forever will be a part of it. It's a whole nother conversation how I feel about that rivalry. And then to be done with it and to be like in the league and having these conversations with former players from a different angle. Yeah. That's one thing. And then like you take being a father and now you're taking your kid to the game. Mm-hmm. I mean, this is it's blood, it's sweat, it's tears, it's bragging rights, it's neighbor versus neighbor, family versus family, and you get one day a year to do it. You get one time. You get 60 minutes to go do it, and that's going to last for 364 till forever. And I mean, you only have so many opportunities, and that's what it's all about for me, and I love it.
What is harder, losing a game to that rival or trying to gear back up after a loss and play the next week?
Losing, no matter what. I mean, it's that's the game. You win or lose, that's the game. And if you lose next week, probably ain't gonna matter. It's a different thing. I mean, this is the game you get up for. No matter. No records don't count. Again, we've all grown up knowing each other for the most part. That's how it used to be. Mm-hmm. We all knew. I mean, freshman, sophomore, track meets, basketball. You see who's out there. Mm-hmm. And you looking, it's signing day. Where they going? Where you going? You may call, where y'all going? What we doing?
Well, look, you brought it up. No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, then all of a sudden, you literally are friends.
Yeah.
And then you enter into your kingdoms.
Something switches.
Like, okay.
There's a switch, right?
For the next 3-4 years, it's a different feeling.
Yeah.
And then you exit the kingdom, and then it's another different feeling.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, 100%. Look, I'm gonna ask you about the Michigan State game of 2001. I won't make any comments. I'm gonna let you get your rocks off because you legitimately did your thing. 211, game-winning touchdown. Like you can talk about all the things, talk about what was clicking. But before I want to tell a quick story. I legitimately was in high school track meet. This was the high school indoor championships. TJ knows where I'm going with the story. I tell it all the time.
Yeah.
We were the high school indoor championships. It was in Ann Arbor. He was a senior, and I was a freshman at King High School. So I'm up there. He knows my dad. Who doesn't know Stan? He's like, I'm talking to him before his race because I know what he's doing. I know the accolades. I know where he's going. Like, I'm just paying attention. I'm looking at all the recruiting and all the things. So I go up to him, and I'm talking to him. And he called me Lil Stan. He was like, what's up? Yeah, you Stan's son, right? Yeah, what's up, Lil Stan? I'm talking to him. He's nonchalantly stretching, nonchalantly warming up. These are the championships. So these are the fastest times. These are the best throws, the best jumps, the best relays, whatever. And he's casually talking to me. Like I'm talking about, and at this time, TJ is probably 6'2", 240, 235 around his time.
That's big.
Yes, that's what he was.
That's big. Out of Kalamazoo, Norwich, right?
Oh, it's like 250.
250.
Excuse the hell out of me.
Yeah.
You know what? For the story, that makes it a lot better.
Yeah, it does.
He's 250, and I'm sitting here talking. He's warming up. Proceeds to say, he said, all right, little Stan, it was good talking to you. I got to go run real quick. When's the 60-meter dash?
At 250.
Thank you. At 250, when's the 60-meter dash? And then I pick up the conversation maybe about 45 minutes to an hour later. He's over in the field events. He's just chilling. He's just up there chilling. I'm talking to him. So you going to state? Like, what's that going to be like? I'm asking questions because I'm inspiring to go. And then same thing. He's talking. And then he proceeds to say, hold on one second. Throws a shot put, breaks the state record. Or just under, I think he broke the state indoor record and then won that too. To win the 60-meter dash and turn around and break the state record in the shot put, like those type of events aren't mirrored together.
Right.
They aren't paired with each other. If you're running a 60,
people don't do that.
If you're running a 60, a field event, you're long jumping.
Yeah.
Like if you're throwing a shot put, a track event, you're decathlon.
In between, just talking to you like casually, hey, what's going on? How's things? He's not like he's in some zone, right? Yeah.
It was like,
I'll be right back.
All right, but that was the most amazing thing I had seen to this day. With that being said, TJ, talk about the 2001 game. What worked for you? What worked for that squad? Because 208 yards and a touchdown to win it all in that rivalry, what that means, it's a physical game. Talk about what worked for you that night or that that night.
It was everything, man. It was the next opportunity. First of all, to play. It was a kind of a rough season starting out, but also I had lost my mom my freshman year, and that particular game happened to fall on like her birthday weekend.
Oh wow!
On top of the year before that, I had a fumble getting ready going in right before the half. I had a fumble down there, and they took it and lost. So I still had that chip on my shoulder. So going into this game, I mean, this was like my Super Bowl of my whole entire life. There was no game I thought about after. Every game before this all came to this moment, this week right here. And, I didn't know if I was leaving school early or not. So this is like either this may be my last chance playing them, and I ended up leaving at the end of the year. So this was my last chance. So I went into that game just with all this, just the rage. It's a very violent game. That game. I mean, football itself is very violent.
Yeah.
And physical. I say physical, but that game is very violent. It ticks up a little bit, and that's the mentality though you have to have being a warrior going into battle, knowing you about to get the ball 20 plus times against them, and you want to win. Like you want to do everything you got. So every single play was a statement. Every single run was a statement. Everything meant something. I mean, there was a time I got tackled, and I can't remember who it was, but I mean, was rolling over and had my ankle, and you tried to do something, and I kick, and I get a 15-yard penalty. Like everything, every moment mattered, literally. And the game's going back and forth, and we do something, they do something. It's back and forth, and I don't know exactly how much time, but like our last drive, we're down. It's fourth down. I don't know the order this happens, but it's fourth down, and Charles Rogers gets pass interference, pass interference or unnecessary roughness or something. Extra downs. Okay, now it's fourth down again, and there's 12 people on the field. So there's time when that game was like, man, it's over. Oh, we got another shot. I mean, so the roller coaster of that. And then, fast forward down to Smoke running around and dropping the clock with 1 second left.
Hey.
That's why I said it. I said it slow for the people in the back. That's why.
Hey. You know what I will say about that though, TJ? What I say, and I'll let you finish the moment, but I'll say, I've always joked about the game. I was like, yeah, it's a Spartan vibe game. Like, yes, it's a Spartan vibe game, blah, blah, blah. However, we put ourselves in that situation. Like, you and I are gladiators. We're warriors. We understand in between the lines. Defense had two situations where they gave you guys extra opportunity. That's on us.
Yeah.
They gave you an opportunity, and even in giving you another opportunity, you still had to make the play. So for as much as I crack jokes about, they stopped the clock and blah, 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 they did. But we still had, we still put ourselves in that situation, and you guys capitalized. So for all the jokes, y'all won. There's no
the
asterisk.
rivalry is real.
There's a win.
Yeah,
you guys
real.
won that. There's no asterisk behind that.
Yeah.
I would go on the record and say there's no asterisk.
And that's what, appreciate that. It's always love. But that's what makes it the rivalry, though. Like, that's what it's all about. But now it's and while this is all going on and the clock's ticking, I'm on the sideline. So I'm like, man, what is happening? And then clock stop, 1 play left. I'm jogging on the field thinking it's about to be something up the middle of power, like I'm about to 1 yard run, and I'm split out. Now it's like, wow, okay. So we run in the same play we had run previously. It was a slant. I caught it right on the previous first down, and we tried to run it again. And this time they jumped it, so I kind of just floated in the back of the end zone. And I just started waving my arms. I couldn't even see Smoke at the time. So I just see this football come up out of the pile, man. And I can see it plain as day right now, boy. And I just see it, and it just like froze up there. It froze. It hung. The whole crowd went silent. Time like stopped. And I'm just watching this ball. And then at the same time, like Charles Rogers is on the field too.
Rest in peace.
So it's like, is it coming to me or him? Like who? Because what's happening? It's coming closer to me. Somebody jumps up in front of me, and the ball's getting higher and higher, and he's getting higher. And next thing I know, man, the ball is in my lap, and I'm just saying to myself, don't drop this. And before that though, like as a kid, I always had the dream of, and we all have it. It's the jumping to the couch, catching the football or something, jumping into some leaves, 3, 2, 1. And as the huddle breaks, I'm running out there like, yo, this is that moment. Like this ain't me in the living room. Like this ain't me in the backyard. This is the spot. So, that was amazing. But all of a sudden, man, that ball came, it hit my hands, the whole crowd got loud, everything sped up, and I just remember being on the bottom of that pile, man, and you talk about brotherhood, just being on the bottom of that pile and just hearing your boys. Yeah. It was all excitement, it was all energy. Then you get out the pile, and it's like the crowd just erupt. I couldn't even, all I could hear under the pile was my teammates. That's
Yeah,
it.
you didn't pay
And
for
then
a
you
drink
get
for the
up.
rest of the year, I would guess. I mean, that is it's an iconic moment. It's not
That
just an
started in high
iconic
school.
moment for that game. It's an iconic moment for the entire series, which tells you something. I asked this of Braylon yesterday. I'd like your perspective. For guys who didn't grow up playing against friends and knowing what the rivalry is all about, somebody from out of town, how did you indoctrinate them in quickly to what this game was about to be in terms of physicality and emotion?
Yeah, I mean it's hard to do something like that quickly. First of all,
Yeah.
it's tough. But a couple things. I mean, one, we all know what rivalry games are. We all know that. We all have had them in high school, and we've all had them at some part, so we understand what that means. But it's being able to adopt the school's culture, being able to adopt what the rivalry is, and then merge your worlds. Like, you chose to go to that school, so making that choice to go, you signed up. You signed up. Now, you got to understand what it means and figure out, how does that, I call them this, but they call them this, and how does that going to work for you? And if you, a person who, say, transfers in and is willing to stay multiple years, you start to understand it each year a little bit better. I mean, all you got to do is play in it one game, and you got it. It's you know what it is. So to say, how do you do it? You can't tell someone to dislike a school because you dislike them. That doesn't work really well.
Yeah,
but
I
if
do
you
it all
can
the time.
connect the emotion,
I do it all the time. Don't like Ohio State. Don't like Notre Dame. You can like CJ Carr, but don't like Notre Dame.
If you can connect the emotion, though, to
Yeah.
something that is familiar, and we're talking at people who are going to battle, not someone who's, sitting on the couch at home, but someone who's going to put that thing on and walk into this field and have to play with this emotion. You better connect something that make you feel this way, because the guy on the other side, he connected, he knows, or he trying to do the same thing. It's the same thing happening. And again, it's being able to connect to the history that you signed up for when you put on that green and white.
That's a good answer.
Yeah, when you can't connect, you get your ass whooped, and you saw that. You've seen it. Like, Michigan's been in spaces where we didn't connect and we got destroyed for a while. Michigan State has been in spaces where they didn't connect and they got destroyed. Like, you have to have a connectivity. That's what this conference is. I'm gonna give you some credit that you never mentioned when you tell the stories. He caught it with no gloves, and it was partially raining that night. He just had the tape around his fingers, old school, like Tim Brown.
Yeah.
I remember that. Like,
Yeah,
he
I like
had
that.
no gloves in that. TJ, we got something funny for you before we ask you about tomorrow and let you get out of here, because I know you've been too courteous with your time. We're going to let you get up out of here. Put the back wall up there, Ryan. Do you recognize this picture? Tell me what was going on. Tell me what was going on in this picture, because when I saw this music video, I said, oh, I want to be like T.J. Duckett. And even though he went to that other school, I want to be like T.J. Duckett. He scored a winning touchdown, had 200 yards, and he was in this video. What video is this, and how did it come about?
You want to be T.J. Duckett right now? Is what you
yes,
wanna do, yeah.
all the way around.
It was a hot in here video, really hot in here video, and I was coming out of college, went down to the Super Bowl. I think it was in New Orleans the year before the draft, and just made some friends, ran into some people, and then once I got drafted by Atlanta, I mean, it's a lot. A lot of those people lived in Atlanta, and I was able to really make some good connections. And next thing you know, man, I was doing my thing.
You got moves. I'm sure you still have them. All right. I know Braylon said we want to get you out of here because you've been very gracious with your time. But Michigan State tomorrow. Braylon can ask the obvious question. I'm going to ask you this one. What's wrong with Michigan State right now?
I think if you want to say what's wrong, I would say it's more of just them still working through figuring out who they are and trying to figure out what the identity is and who they're going to be. And there's been a lot of uneasiness, and until something stabilizes that ship, until something says this is our identity, this is who we are, this is what it's about, and we're going to go out here and do it regularly, consistently. I think that's what it is. I don't think anything's wrong. I think it's having to do the right things more consistently, regularly. And when anytime you play good teams and you make mistakes and they capitalize off of it, and it's a snowball. It keeps happening, and now you're not playing within your own game plan because you're trying to catch up. You're trying to keep up. So I think a big part of it is, what is our identity? And I think this game is the most pivotal point in our Michigan State history right now.
Wow.
It's this game right now. It's going to be, what is our identity? If we can get up for these guys, whatever happens, but get up for them and get in this fight, that's going to say a whole lot about who we are from this point forward. And I have faith in my guys. I love my dogs, and it's going to be a better game than I think a lot of people really understand. And you know, it's part of being that adversity in the game. That you know, you coming into the woodshed. I mean, They're supposed to win this game. They're supposed to.
Yeah.
They're supposed to come in here and they're supposed to. But
like last
they
time.
might be the only ones that think that too. So you still got to play the game, and that's what this rivalry offers.
I'm actually
like that answer.
I'm actually 100% with you. And like before you even said that, I was like, this is one of those weird games. Like after he spoke, I'm kind of scared silently, but before he spoke, it's one of those-
Rivalry.
because Michigan State has shown you at times this season that they can make some plays and they can do some things.
Sure,
and
they did
have
against
some players.
Indiana. They did against USC.
100%.
Yeah.
And Michigan is also showing you at times that there's lapses. They're still trying to figure things out.
Mm-hmm.
They don't look good. They don't play necessarily great football at all times. You know what that shapes up to? That shapes up to an ugly game where you're legitimately in the last 2 minutes of the game trying to figure out who's going to win.
Yep.
Like this reeks of one of those games. I drove up to East Lansing, what was it, yesterday when we went, 2 days ago.
2 days ago.
When we went up there, it was raining. It was like the fall. I'm looking at the stadium, and I'm looking at that Spartan. I'm like, man, it's gonna be some BS on Saturday. I already know it's gonna be. I agree with TJ on this one. It's gonna be. I agree with Todd on this one. It's gonna be a game. I think it's gonna be a game. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a game.
I think, you know, I believe, and like I said, my Spartan dogs, and you know, they got a lot of pride in themselves. Like they want to show who we are. And I mean, again, this is the best opportunity to do that. I mean, there's a lot of things swirling out there here and there, but nobody can play except for them. And they got a chance to make a decision on who they're going to be from this point forward through this John Smith to this time. Who are we
don't say
be?
John L. Smith.
Yeah, Jonathan.
Oh no! Oh,
Don't say
no,
John L.
there's-
Smith.
no.
I know that guy all too well.
Hey, you know, I hear
is-
such great passion for you about MSU, and of course I hear it every day from Braylon regarding the University of Michigan. It's always struck me how much pride you guys have in the school you attended for 4 years, rather than the teams you played for professionally that helped you become even more famous. Why do you think that is?
Well, I mean, you know, though the teams that drafted us gave us chances, opportunity. I mean, that was the dream, but we ultimately got to choose where we went first. So I got to choose to go to Michigan State because, and
Great answer.
you know, by choosing that, there was I wanted to, and when you want to do something, you give it everything you have. When a team drafted me, they chose me and said, "Come over here." And I would have chose the same team at the time anyway, but it wasn't. It's the same. At the same, also, you know, they can let you go, and every time you want, they can break off the relationship at any time. And how does that make you feel? And you know, in your college, they love you. You're a kid. You're figuring out what it means to be who you are outside of your own community, outside of your own home. You're growing up in front of these fans. You're growing with the students who are going to campus. Like we're all growing together. And then we reach that time when our time is up and we have to go get a job, start a life, wherever that takes us throughout the world. And then when we're in this world by ourselves, trying to figure it out, we always think about home. We always think, where do we feel it? Some people didn't enjoy their high school experience. Some people don't like going back to their hometown.
That's fair.
But that college town, that college experience, that's the best years of your life. You always hear from an adult when you're a kid. College is the best years of your life. And it really is. I mean, you got so many people who are, again, 18, 19, 20, 21, like we're talking about this football team, but in the game of life, they're trying to figure out who they are, who's their identity.
Yeah.
And then you break out into the world and, you know, you come back and maybe it's homecoming. You get one or two of those a year.
Yeah.
And I think that's where the real connection comes in. Parents get to come to your college. You know, my mom passed my freshman year, so she ain't see life after. So that's even more reason why it means so much to me. So I think it's definitely, I would say, because you get to make the choice. If they do it right, they're nurturing a young man. They're helping them grow. They're helping them gain wisdom, knowledge. And I moved back to Lansing because when my football career was over, I wanted to go back to the place that helped me become a man and helped me become a young man and find my identity. And I needed it to help me become a man. I need that same Spartan love. I need that same support. And that's why I came back home, and that's my reason for loving my university, Michigan State, baby. Go
Doug, I'll piggyback on that 100%. It's a mutual choice because not only did you choose, they chose you as well.
Yeah,
it's like Michigan chose me, I chose them. Michigan State chose you, you chose them. It's a mutual choosing, and that's why you fall in love. All right, give me a score tomorrow since it's going to be so close. We'll let you get out of here. I appreciate you.
I'm gonna say it's going to be. It's going to be 24-17. It's going to be tied at 17, back and forth, a couple field goals. It's going to be tied. And then, at the end of the game, somebody going to make a play. Somebody going to make a play. And you know what? I'm even taking one deeper. It's going to be a defensive touchdown that wins this game.
Oh, no.
I like it.
That's very specific.
Hey, it's the rivalry, baby.
I like it.
Why give it a normal ending? Don't give it a normal ending. It's the rivalry.
I agree 100% that it's going to be close, but it's just going to be on the other side of the coin. I'm going 31-26.
Wow.
I'm going 31-26. And I think the winner, he'll be wearing the number 1. That's all I'm saying.
I will say this. I think it's going to be hard for both defenses to stop the other team's offenses because neither defenses have been all that great. I can tell you this. I end a lot of interviews wondering if I would want to talk to that person again
100%.
or know them more. I could not imagine another interview where that is more appropriate than with one Todd Jeffrey Duckett. It was awesome having you. Thank you.
Hey, I
all the best.
Let me know.
Family.
Brandon, call me, baby.
Say less. You already invited me up tomorrow, so I told you I'm going to hit you up.
Yeah.
In terms of coming on the show, hey, whenever you want to come on, you got a standing invitation.
No question.
You have a standing invitation. We can talk about whatever. I appreciate you.
I would also say this. Michigan State should probably use you more part of their radio broadcast. I think you do a fantastic
100%.
job there. So all the best. Thank you, man.
Call a friend then. Call a friend. And
say less. That's easy. That's easy.
All right,
Good
I
stuff.
appreciate y'all.
All the
Go
best,
green.
man.
Go
All right.
green.
Go
Thank
blue.
you, brother.
Go
Okay.
blue.
All the best.
All right,
It's great
TJ.
stuff. Really good stuff. Man,
Respect.
what a good dude.
It's my guy, man.
I really like him.
I just love when you can be in a space where we play on different teams. You get older, you don't care about none of that. It's just a brotherhood. You know, you still talk your stuff around this week, but other than that, man, he's right. It's about kids. It's about it's about your kids. It's about your impact on the community. It's about the things that you want to leave behind because. Everybody has an expiration date. I didn't mean to get morbid all of a sudden. I went to a funeral earlier in the past with something. Everybody has an expiration date. So it's not about when you go. It's what you do with your time here. And what he's doing with his time here in terms of being a father, being a husband, and working with the Ronald McDonald House and the passion and the clarity that he has. That's what life is about. It's what you leave behind.